In a world full of rush, pause for a drink. Pure, clear, and fresh. Let your mind think. In every sip of 1 alkaline, you'll find a taste so pure, refreshes the mind. With a 9.5 pH, it's balanced just right. Electrolytes to keep you bright. Potassium fuels your everyday, keeps you glowing in every way. Drink water and mind your business until it's time to stand on it. 1 alkaline, the water that keeps you glowing. Let's glow.
Yo, Tech, let's make something happen.
Peace, and grand rising. I hope everyone is doing well this Saturday morning. We are already in the month of August. I can't believe it. July just went by like that. But welcome to all who are joining us on YouTube, all joining us on Instagram, and those joining on Facebook. Give you a shout out and thank you for joining in with us and being with us this morning. I'm not going to be before you too long. I'm just going to put up a couple of reminders of some things going on that you want to pay attention to, dealing with school supplies and giveaways. May touch on, well, I ain't gonna say may. We'll touch on um, uh, one thing that has been very prominent in the news, just speaking to the crisis in Gaza with starvation and things that are going on. Won't get too heavy, too deep, but just want to touch on that, and then I'll put on the pastoral hat uh, in reference to that, and then if you didn't catch the Wednesday Wisdom this past Wednesday with my brother J. Dwayne Garnett, please check that out because we will be highlighting that in the month of August. His book, Can I Just Write? And I might just share some thoughts on um, one of my favorites. I have several favorites, so each in August I'll kind of just share some thoughts on it. Um, and then we'll conclude, and I'll let you get on with your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. So I'm just thankful for another day, and thankful you are here with me. Excuse my voice, a little raspy, but a lot going on. So with that, I thank you for coming in, and we're gonna get started. Let's go. All right, all right, all right, all right. So let me just put out a few reminders for everybody. Um, First, since I live in the Greensboro area, let me put this out first, and that is just the reminder of the I Am Queen book bag and school supply back to school giveaway. It's their 17th annual, and it will be at the Greensboro Sportsplex. Greensboro Sportsplex. So, you know what? Let me do this so you make sure you. All right. And my people in Winston-Salem, in the Winston-Salem area, the Trey Foe. Just want to remind you that, if I can find it, that at 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Well, let me get out the way to make sure y'all can see that. All right. 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. is the Art You Excited for Back to School, hosted by the Delta Art Center, St. Paul United Methodist Church, and the United Way of Forsyth County. And this will be at the 2600 block of New Walkertown Road, which is the strip where you can find St. Paul, Delta Art Center. And they will have stations set up at 3 locations along that 2600 block, where you can get some art supplies, school supplies. There'll be treats and music, and they'll be doing some activities at the Delta Art Center. So please come on out if you can, if you're in the Winston-Salem area, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Also, one more thing, and this is next Saturday, also in the Winston-Salem area. All right, I'm gonna move my big head so y'all can see it real quick. All right, and this is the Truth and Love book bag giveaway hosted by With God Crew Inc. And this will be at St. Paul United Methodist Church, 2400 Delabrook Road in Winston-Salem. And this will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. next Saturday, August 9th. So they'll have free book bags, clothes, shoes. There'll be food, prizes. So you want to come on out and check that out. If you can't make the one this Saturday, please come on out. Or if you can make the one that said, come on out to this one, because this one will have, like I say, clothes and book bags as well. So come on out. And that is next Saturday, August 9th, 10 to 2 p.m. All right. Couple more things I want to remind everybody of, if y'all don't mind giving me a minute. Just want to remind everybody, this Wednesday, on our Wednesday Wisdom, we will have none other than Technician the DJ, as you saw the commercial in the show opening, infamous for that call that Jadakiss gave him in the versus battle against the Dipset, right? But he's also a DJ with Rock the Bells Radio. He's a DJ for one of the greats, Rakim. Also the greats Ghostface, Killer of the Wu-Tang Clan, Raekwon the Chef. He's DJ for Fat Joe in the versus battle as well. So he's an amazing DJ, and we're gonna have a sit down and just let him share a little bit about his journey and just hip hop, and I owe a lot to hip hop. I grew up in the generation. I'm talking real hip hop now. Today I gotta work with it. There's some things I gotta work on with today's, but the core hip hop, which taught so many lessons and stuff. So we'll get into that. But shout out to technician and DJ Malcolm Teasdale, peace out, and none other than the Boogie Down Bronx, where he hails from. So that is this Wednesday at 8 p.m., August 6th. So you want to check it out. And lastly, like I said, if you didn't get a chance to check out the interview with my brother J. Dwayne Garnett this past weekend, let me put this up. I'm going to offer just a shout out to him. Go back and check it out. And it was a great interview, but it was a discussion about his book, our book for August, Can I Just Write? A collection of poetic expression and experiences, right? And you can go to loveisaparable.com or his social media outlets, Love is a Parable, at Love is a Parable. So please, if you can, check out his collection of poetry. It's a great and inspiring book. Let me move my big head so y'all can see it good, just to make sure. All right. So let's get to it. And once again, these are posted on our IG page, our Facebook pages. So just go there if you want some more information, and I'll be running it right here at the bottom of the screen, the various ways to connect with us. So please take advantage of all those opportunities. So just want to touch base as I watch the news. Oh, also, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your mother, tell your father, send a telegram. All right. So please get it out. So like I said, what has kind of been dominating the news lately, and I've heard several reports, is just and more individuals. And shout out to Amelia, the poet, alkaline water. You saw the commercial, but I keep it. I'm drinking it. Got to stay hydrated. But what has been kind of on the news or heard, I was listening to NPR, just looking at reports, and there's even more attention going on to the starvation that is happening in the Gaza Strip. And I saw some clips earlier this week of where they had an aid drop, and just looking at everyone trying to scramble. And I saw the image of the young child trying to scrape up the flour and everything. And it's just a lot of tragedy. And we've lifted up these things, what's happening in the Congo, what's happening in Sudan. And we put up those resources, and it's very vital. And then we look at this and we see the devastation that this has caused people. So I'm not getting into what side you're on, who's right, or what started it. We're looking at the condition of people and people suffering human lives. And just to give a brief update, and this comes from the United Nations and their report on the humanitarian aid. They've had about 16 deaths reported of children due to malnutrition, and they've treated over about 20,000 for acute malnutrition, which is and it's difficult because they estimate about 70% of Gaza's infrastructure has been destroyed. You know, hospitals, schools, um, and now they're speaking that there is less than 12% of the strip is there's less than 12% of safety zones in the strip. So individuals are going days without food. It's already been classified as a catastrophe 5 by the Integrated Food Security Phase classification. Um, and that's marked by starvation, destitution, and death. So um, it is something to pay attention to, right? You know, they have uh, about 90% of the population that has been um, displaced. There's been about 60,000 individuals um, who have lost their lives during the conflict. So there is a need to try to uh, send aid to help this situation. Like we say, right now they're saying probably more than 3,000 plus children are severely malnutrition or malnourished in this, and they're estimating about in 3 individuals have been going without food for days at a time. And they feel by September this is going to be even worse with the amount of malnutrition. So um, just want to lift that up and just because, like I say, it's been very prominent in the news. And once again, as we stress, you know, we're called to help the vulnerable. So if there's any aid or anything we're able, I know I give to the International Rescue Foundation, IRC, but wanted to share this website with the United Nations, the UNRWA.org. You can go to that. Let me put that in the chat too. And I believe the United Nations has had, I guess, some success in helping to get some aid through and help with some safety zones. But please go to that site and just see what you can do. Because it is a tragedy to see anyone, any human, any child suffering. As a father of 3, you know, when you see children suffering, it's difficult. But as a human being and hopeful humanitarian, you hate to see people suffering, especially, like I said, no matter what side you're on in this, you know, there are people suffering that have nothing to do with the political aspect or landscape or what's going on that are suffering, and you hate to see that. So you have the site, the United Nations Relief and Works Agency site. So please check it out, but do your own research. If you know of any other organizations to help with this, please let me know. But like I say, there's a call to do something to help people in need. The least of these, right, as the scriptures say. And I'm gonna put on this pastoral hat to lift up some things. But like I say, you know, we put this out here, and then, like I say, remember everything that's going on in Sudan, which is getting worse as well, and the Congo. So we want to do what we can to help. And I want to lift up something from Proverbs first, and And I did this time make sure I put it so you all could see it. So I want to lift up Proverbs 29:7 first, right? And this is NRSV version. So if you're wondering, it might say different in your versions. But it says, the righteous know the rights of the poor. The wicked have no such understanding. And that is very clear, right? Speaks for itself. I don't need to. So I wanted to put that because that was very powerful and just that short understanding. The righteous know the rights of the poor. The wicked have no such understanding. So we are called to righteousness, those of us that profess to follow Christ, right? And in that, it is teaching up to the least of these, right? To John's teaching, if you have an extra coat, give it. If you have extra bread, share it, right? Because that is the call of followers, believers, right? To love thy neighbor, right? To love one another. When Christ washed the feet of the disciples, he diminished his role to servitude to show them how they are to love one another. So that is our call, to love one another, love our neighbor, and help the least of these and recognize. And we all can do something, or if it's just bringing attention to, if we're not financially able, bring attention to it. Call your representatives, do something. And no judgment if you don't. That's your personal. But I as a pastor, I feel I have to highlight this, and there's more I could do, right? So we're all growing in that understanding and in this walk. So I got it. But I want to bring up another scripture because just to kind of double down a little bit. But this one caught my eye from Isaiah 58, verses 10 through 11. And it says, if you offer your food to the hungry and satisfy the needs of the afflicted, then your light shall rise in the darkness and your gloom be like the noonday. Verse 11 says, the Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your needs in parched places and make your bones strong. And you shall be like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters never fail. And that speaks to Christ's teaching as well of the humility and not exalting yourself, right? If you're humble, you're loving your neighbor, as Isaiah puts it, and feeding the hungry and caring for the afflicted, then the Lord will satisfy your needs, right? He will expand, what you are caring over, right? He will always supply your needs and be there to where you shall be like a watered garden, right? Whose waters never fail, always producing fruit, bringing forth life. And that is our call. So I'm going to leave that there. But once again, let me lift up. Here's the United Nations site. And please check it out. Or if you have something, and share with us if you know of some other agencies that have had success that we can highlight. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. And then I'm going to kind of close with this because I done had you for about almost 30 minutes. And that is our book of the month. Let me make sure you can see it. Can I Just Write? By J. Dwayne Garnett, the global love advocate, right? The CEO of Love is a Parable. And as he coins himself, a love advocate and value-based educator through his nonprofit, Love is a Parable. So just want to lift up. I'm gonna go to this. Might be my favorite. Now, Guard Your Peace, which was a piece he read, was my favorite. But I'm thinking as it grows on me, this poem called Shoulder Ahmed 2.0 has slowly become one of my favorites. And as he pointed out, it was a book for brotherhood and men. But even though it was kind of directed toward the male experience and things of that nature, like everybody can connect with these poems. It's about love, vulnerability, right? The spirit, right? Love. And this poem, like, really hit me. I'll just give a little bit. I don't want to give it all. You got to go get the book. But it was called Shoulder, Ahmed 2.0. I'll read a little bit. Hey, bro, I got a shoulder for you. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 feet. I stand strong for you. Fist bump to pump fist. A salute to you. Fighting back the tears. Combating fears. Negotiating with ancestors to interfere. Roaming aimlessly like a blinded deer. Again, so what is there to fear? Chosen, yet you chose to volunteer to be the light, a souvenir of the sovereign's cavalier. The wind of your walk swishes to the sound of persevere. You've reestablished hope for humanity to appear. Reimagine insurrection to resurrection, for the truth is near. Regret nothing. The heart of you is enough. Your integrity hangs like the most beautiful chandelier. So, hey, bro, I got a shoulder for you. 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 feet. I stand strong for you. From bump fist to pump fist, a salute to you. I'm going to pause it right there. You got to get the rest. Powerful, powerful. So I want to lift that up because as an individual, right? As a pastor, sometimes the journey can get lonely, right? It can be challenging. But this right here spoke to just having those individuals around you who you can lean on to help you in those difficult times. The call to persevere because you have a righteous walk, right? Reimagine insurrection to resurrection, for the truth is near, right? Regret nothing. The heart of you is enough. And that's one thing we may struggle with, believing that we are enough or that we can make a difference or have an impact, right? But if we move in that element of love, which is God, as Christ pointed out to us, right? It's to fear nothing, as Isaiah says. The Lord will sustain you and make you waters that never fail, right? So it all comes together in that truth that is love. So if we love God, so we are able to love neighbor, right? So I'm going to leave that there. But once again, the book is Can I Just Write? A collection of poetic expression and experiences. So check it out from my brother J. Dwayne Garnett. So that's all I got. We got a busy Saturday. It's a little rainy, so be careful. I'm not sure which way this weather is going to go. And also ask you to remember those who have been impacted by the events of the weather last month. The floods and those in Texas, North Carolina, and everywhere that was impacted. So we continue to lift you up in our thoughts and prayers. And I just pray that all of you have a blessed remainder to your Saturday and your weekend. And once again, let me remind everybody, this Wednesday, we will have none other than Technician the DJ. I am hip hop. So on that note, thank you all. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you. And I'm out.